And welcome to the first video of hopefully many about TCGs. This video will primarily focus on One Piece TCG and the collecting and investing side of things. They kind of go intertwined with one another. Typically, if someone wants to invest in something, they want to collect it, and if someone's going to collect in something, then it's going to be an investment of some sort. Um, Obviously, I'm sure loads of people who've opened TCG before have probably kept, they don't just throw away what they've opened or what they've bought. It's typically kept. I'm sure loads of us 20 years ago opened one Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh, and now probably we go, where did all these cards go? Or you have them, but they're in awful condition. Obviously, that doesn't matter for some people because it's just the memory of the card, not the monetary value of it. But as we know, these TCGs, they can also give you money as well as being a great source of entertainment. And the primary thing I'm going to speak about in this video is what can you expect with One Piece TCG? If you're going to open packs, where to look out for certain things. If you're not going to open packs but you want to buy some product to keep it sealed, to then maybe keep it for 3-4 years to then sell off, what might be your best avenues for that? Obviously, I'm not an expert personally myself. There's probably plenty of other people out there who know a lot more than I do. But what I'm trying to do is give you a general beginner's guide on these things, because when I went into this, I had to look on, you saw videos on YouTube, Instagram, you check places like Reddit, and I just want to collate all that information I've gathered into just one video. Because I'm sure, it would have been useful for me, so I'm sure it will be useful for some people out there, even if it's just one other person. Something like this may or may not exist already. When I was searching all this information up, you didn't typically get a video just talking about this or this or this or this. It was it was all many videos instead of just one singular video. So that's what I want to try and do here. And the first thing we will talk about is what are the rarities in One Piece. And I mean, this is what I'm talking about in the beginner's guide, because rarities in One Piece, when I started, I was a bit confused. I was like, okay, I know these are commons, uncommons, and rares, but then it got a bit confusing from there. And um, in a pack, you would expect to find commons and uncommons and rares. Not always will you get leader card, and not always will you get super rare card. These are the slightly more common of the rarer cards. You're going to get 2 rares at the back of every pack, no matter what, depending if you hit a higher rarity or not. But sometimes you'll hit a leader card, and that will be just before the 2 rares. And they, I guess, probably have, they probably, from my understanding, there may be one in about 1 in 4 packs, perhaps. I'm not too sure of the exact hit rates on the leader cards, but that's about it. And then super rares, again, from my experience, it's probably is about 1 in 4 packs. But then it starts to get a little bit more complicated after the super rares, because you will go into the alternate rarity cards, which is that it will be the same like a rare. It will have a R symbol in the bottom right of a card, but these will have a star above it. This to indicate that it is an alternate art. These are classed as a hit in One Piece TCGs. These are the rarer cards where you'll typically see 2 or 3 in a booster box. Not of specifically alternate arts, but of these higher rarity hits. And then you'll get your leader alternate arts. You can normally know you're definitely going to get leader alternate art if you see a red card right at the back of your pack. And then you have your secret rares, um, your special rarities. There's around about 2 a case. That's 12 booster boxes. There's 12 booster boxes in a case, so that's 1 in 6 booster boxes. And then the SP, which are special rarities. And they can kind of split between the special rarities, standard, and then you'll get the manga special rarities. And then there are like your treasure rares as well and stuff like that, but I wanted to keep it a bit more simple for this video. Um, then we'll go on to what is next. And I want to talk about the hit rates in a little bit detail, because like I said, a booster box will contain 2 higher rarity cards at a minimum. Now this does mean you can get 3 hits in a booster box, which isn't super common. It technically, if you bought a case, is a 50% chance to get a 3-hit booster box, but we'll go into a bit more detail on that in a second. And a booster box crate case, sorry, will have 2 SP cards in them. And this is when I'm going to start talking about the investing / collecting side of things, because if 12 booster boxes has 12 booster boxes in a case, and 2 of them are SP cards, special rarities, and if someone opened it up and they got super lucky, the 2 boxes they opened were the 2 SP boxes, that would mean the 10 other boxes will not have an SP special rarity cards in. And why is that important? Well, the SP cards are worth a genuinely considerable amount more than any of the other rarity cards, because they are rarer than the other cards, and they're more sought after. And this generally can lead to people selling dead boxes. It's incredibly scummy. It's awful practice. It's awful behaviour, but it can happen. Now, I'm sure any reputable seller will not be selling dead boxes, but this is a lot of people nowadays. They were going to be buying on TCG Player. They're going to be buying on eBay and all these kind of stores. Now, of course, you can go by the ratings of people, and they could have 5 stars, they could have 100 reviews, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're not selling dead boxes. You know, if someone sends you an item and it's got 2 hits in it and it's a sealed perfectly fine booster box, you're not going to know if that was from a crate or not necessarily, or a case, so you're not going to get a bad review. So eBay can be a bit dodgy when buying booster boxes. That's not to mean you shouldn't buy booster boxes on there, and in terms of an investment, if you have no intention of ripping these boxes, that's not going to affect you in any way anyway, because people are going to be buying booster boxes no matter what. In today, tomorrow, next year, 2 years, 3 years, they're going to be buying booster boxes. Okay, so then we're going to go into mapping and booster packs in general. So boxes, I've touched on this a bit with the dead boxes, but boxes can be mapped effectively, because you know genuinely what a booster box is going to contain, and you know what most cases it will contain. I think this can vary a little bit step by step, but from what I can gather, generally a booster box and a booster box case will have 2 boxes that will contain 2 alternate arts. So both the hits will be alternate arts. So that's 2 of the 12, so that means 10 boxes left. 4 of them will then contain an alternate art and a secret rare card. So that's generally the most common, as you can see. It's about 4 in a case that will have the rarity. That's kind of the most common box. Possibly also the lowest value box, as secret rares genuinely are quite low in value, but believe it or not, some people might not realize this, honestly, but the One Piece TCG is a popular game to play. It's not just a collectible game. It's not just something to make money off. People do play the game. It is popular. I enjoy it personally myself a lot. Recently got into it. It is great fun. But as a result, a lot of these secret rare cards are quite popular in some meta decks, and as a result, they're going to be worth more money. The Kuma from OP12 is a good example of that. Genuinely, secret rares are about £4. That again, I'd say does differ, but the Kuma is about the £20 mark because it's a meta card. Same with the Goldie Roger from OP9. That's a meta card. That's again another card that's about £22. Which kind of links a bit into the investing side of thing. If you're going to buy singles for an investment purpose, I would never invest in a meta card because it's going to be highly inflated while the metas are oriented around that card, and as soon as it falls off or it gets reprinted, which we saw in with one of the Zoro leader cards, got reprinted a few times and the price diminished. So if you want the card, of course get it. If you're going to play the game, of course get it. But if you want to buy the card for investment purpose, I would highly advise not to. And then the next 2 types of boost boxes you will see are the best, effectively the highest value boxes, which are the SPs. Already quite good cards anyway, but that's an additional hit. You also get your alternate art and your secret rare. And then we go on to the next 2, which are I don't actually know what the AAL are. Oh, they're the alternate arts leader cards, sorry. Yeah, I just remembered. So they're the leader cards with alternate arts. And then Effectively, those are 6 of the 12 are going to be triple hit booster boxes, which I've spoken about. And once again, this can be mapped. If someone opens a case, pulls somehow is lucky enough to open half the case, and they get all the triple hit booster boxes. That means the last 6 are going to just be your double hit boxes, which would be typically lower value and, to be honest, less fun to open. I mean, everyone enjoys when you open a box. If you suddenly get a free hit booster box, that's quite a lot of excitement. We love pulling the chase cards, but we also like pulling the cards that you're looking to get. I mean, effectively, obviously the chase card doesn't matter about the value, but there's lots of different rarities and lots of different cards in a set, so it's nice to pull as many rare cards as you can. And as I said, even booster packs, as a result, can be mapped. If someone opens a booster box and gets 2 alternate art cards, let's say. Now, obviously, there's a chance there's an alternate art leader in there or a secret rare because we know the triple hit, but the chances are fairly thin. So they pull the 2 alternate arts in the first 6 packs. That means there's going to be 18 packs that could highly possibly have no hits left. So what they'll do is they'll sell those 18 booster packs online, and because they know the chance of having a hit is minimal. So let's say a pack is £5, which I don't know what that converts to dollars. I know it's £7 to $10, so work that out if you will. So if you're selling a booster pack for £5 and there's 18 packs, I mean that's £90. That's a large sum of your money back, but you're doing something very incredibly scummy. You're selling packs off kind of knowing that there's a good chance there's not going to be a hit. Alternatively, if you open a booster box and there's 3 hits in it, and you pull the 3 hits very early on, and to be honest, I don't know if the boxes are made in the way so the 3 hits are distributed between the booster box. I imagine there is, but say you pick the 24 packs out, you mix it up, you pull the 3 hits within your first 12 packs. There's nothing. Those last 12 packs would have absolutely 0% chance of having any meaningful hits, which is effectively worse than weighing a pack. Weighing a pack is never a surefire way of knowing you're going to get a hit or not. Whereas with this, you know those 12 packs aren't going to have anything. So I'd highly advise buying single packs online. Again, unless you're going to a store, your LCS, they're trusted. You know they're not going to weigh the packs, or you go and buy it online from a trusted reseller. Of course, then the chances of them mapping and doing all this, it's time consuming. They have to open up their sold product and all that. Very, very unlikely. I've bought single packs from stores and I've had insane amount of luck. Probably more luck than I have from a booster box. So that can happen. But if you're going to go on eBay, there's loads of scummy people on eBay. Tons and tons of scummy people on eBay. That's probably what they're going to do with their single packs. I've seen listings where they've even showed themselves having a booster box and they're just saying, oh, I'm selling 9 packs from this booster box. They're all going to be duds pretty much. Very likely. So that's kind of the general gist of the booster packs and the box mapping. I could go into more detail. I could probably talk more and more, but I'm aware this video will get longer and longer and a bit more complicated. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. Again, I'm going to try and put all the information that I got in the description with the links from the Reddit, the Instagrams, where there's people who are much more knowledgeable on this. They've pulled it together, but I just wanted to get this all together in one video. Next, do unmapped products exist? So if you're an investor and you have unmapped products, that's going to always probably be at a premium. An unmapped one single pack is going to be worth more than one pack. And I mean, you see it in other TCGs. You look at Pokemon. Blister packs aren't mapped. Genuinely speaking, you can tell if they've been tampered with. So if something's sealed in a blister, it can't be weighed. You can generally see it much easier if it's been tampered with or not. And it's unmapped, so they're always at a bit more of a premium, especially with the older stuff. But also as a collector, if you buy unmapped products, you know the chance of you pulling an SP, a secret rare, an alternate art, it's there still. It's not going to be an impossible outcome. There's a chance. Obviously, it's a lesson, but there is a chance. Now, what are these unmapped products? I mean, I think my general understanding is if it sells a variety of packs within them, it can't be mapped. So the Devil Fruit collection, they have 3 packs in. The illustration boxes, they have 4 packs in. And the treasure booster sets, although they're very expensive right now, but they have multiple packs in and are random. And things like mapped, but products do exist that are very hard to map. Like I believe the structure set pack, the structure decks, they have a booster pack within them. Most of them, not all of them, but I think like half of them do. Um, I believe from what my understanding is, people said they can be mapped, but it's very hard to do so. I'm not sure how that even can be done, but there you go. Um, and now, should you buy map product? And like I said, there's no correct answer for this. It depends what you want to do. If you're an investor who's keeping sealed, there's not going to be any downside of buying map product. Again, it might hold a slightly less premium than something mapped, um, but that's most people want to buy booster boxes anyway. That's generally the go-to. And if you're a collector, does that mean you shouldn't buy a product that's potentially mapped? I mean, if you know they for a fact they've opened a case and they only have two booster boxes left, I'd probably say avoid it. But otherwise, if you're just buying online, I say go for it. I mean, the chances that they're going to go through that effort are slim. But if you're going to buy on eBay, I would do your due diligence, check their page out. If they have open cases, like they're not selling them as there are, and they have open cases. Most people don't do that, I don't believe, because a case will hold a premium. It might take longer to sell, but it generally always holds like a 20% premium. Um, and if you hold, so that's generally it. I mean, so I'd say just be cautious. I wouldn't say don't do it. I wouldn't say go all in on it, but I'd just say just be cautious. Um, and that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to really talk about that mapped products that exist, because I've come from playing other TCGs and collecting other TCGs, and it's yeah, you can weigh it, but I've never really known about the map products being mapped, and I've come into One Piece and suddenly found out this could be a dead box, this could be a map box, and it kind of felt a bit overwhelming at first, and then all the rarities I was a bit confused about, so obviously I had to Google that, check it, and then I was a bit confused. So I just thought if I can get this all in one video, talk about it a little bit. Um, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff I'm missing because I didn't go too much into what you should and shouldn't buy, because that might be a bit confusing as well. Um, but this is primarily just a beginner's guide, really, to learn a little bit about it, have it be a little bit more knowledgeable. And I don't want to yap on for too much longer, so this will be it, really. I'm going to have more videos out soon, I hope. I'm working to improve the quality as we go along, and it will primarily just me at the beginning. It will probably just me opening some packs of One Piece and maybe Pokemon. Hopefully, I can get some Riftbound packs, um, and some maybe eventually I'll maybe open some more Yu-Gi-Oh again. I don't generally like I like Yu-Gi-Oh for the cards, but I don't play it, so it feels a little less enjoyable to open product. Same with Magic the Gathering. It's not a product I enjoy collecting massively because I just know I'm never going to play it. But if Magic do a cool collab with a game I like, then that could be a cool collector's piece. But that'll be all. So thank you so much for watching, and see you later.